Here to talk today about something new. Not about shiny objects. We're going to do a little bit of a reflection on the way things have been and look. And I think Ralph, Rio, with your last session, and ExxonMobil, you sort of teed us up, right? You gave us a view. You started talking about gaming and visualization technologies. But you're in for a treat this time because we really are going to limit the presentation, and this is going to be a panel, and we've got some fantastic panelists coming forward. So as part of that, we really want to make sure that we've got your questions. As soon as I learn how to use the clicker, and I'm going to skip past that because you guys have been to enough sessions already. So let's talk about digital twins and what we're doing. So first of all, so ARC, so we're a bunch of analysts and consultants. We like to work with our customers. So we've actually been working with some oil and chemical companies for the past, past about the 2 years. I think it got started during the last ARC forum. We got together and we formed something called the Sustainable Asset Digital Twin Working Group, which is focusing very much on open digital twins. And I was sort of reminded by something that actually got started by Don Bartusiak from ExxonMobil back in 2016 when he started introducing concepts and visionary statements around open process automation. So you're going to hear from some experts today, and they're going to be talking a little bit about openness and interoperability with digital twins. So digital twins are open to accommodate the variety of applications and business processes for the operate and maintain, right? So you heard lots of discussions and presentations during the last session about design and build. We're going to focus a little bit more on the operate and maintain this side for this presentation. But if you look at the slide that I'm presenting, if you think about digital twins from a lost opportunity point of view, and Vikas from Shell, he talked a little bit about productivity, and I think that's really important when you think about it from the way data gets created. You know, we start off with conceptual design and basic engineering. We've got point solution, we've got different tools, right? Then we go into detailed design, we introduce more stakeholders into the project. Guess what? We've got more tools. And then we get into build and operate, and then we're getting serious because we're starting to put steel together and 3D, 3D tools to help us build the facilities and create construction work packages and everything that goes along with the build phase. And then guess what? We've got a poor handover, and then we expect operations, and yeah, there's probably some operations and maintenance people on the project that were assigned to have O&M activities to make sure that operations get the right docs. But for the operate and maintain phase, they sort of have to start all over again with, guess what? More tools, okay? More point solutions. So if you think about what that is if you could actually eliminate all these different handovers and all these gaps in work processes across that entire asset lifecycle, right? That little chart of productivity or profit and knowledge, it would actually be off the chart, right? And I'm showing this linear, but of course we know this is not linear. This is actually a circular process. It never ends, right? Whether it's brownfield or greenfield or putting new reactors or new furnaces or new piping or new upstream hardware, this is just never ending, right? So we have a working group, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about the working group in a second. But some of the things that we've heard about digital twins, and the reason we want to think about openness, are because of things like data silos, right? Anybody have data silos? Yeah, probably a few of them, right? Yeah. Point solutions. Does anybody talk about scalability and is scalability easy? Probably not. Right? Disconnected data flows and work processes, poor interoperability between systems, and guess what? There's just not enough standards to address this. Okay? So this is. I just really want to start things off. I'm going to hand this over to some experts, and I mentioned this concept of a working group. So Ralph Rio, my colleague, Ralph does market studies for engineering design tools and APM and a bunch of other things. I've been learning from him for about a decade. He's got lots more experience than me. So Ralph and I have been working with some great companies, ExxonMobil, Shell, Dow, Chevron, okay? So we formed a working group because we felt as though we needed to really spend some time and dig in. Recently, we actually published a paper because we like to write reports. In this report here, Moving Towards Sustainable Asset Digital Twins, we can normally pull this off in 2 days, but I think this one took us, I don't know, 10 days, right? Because it took a long time, right? Because we were bringing experts together. We had some in-person meetings, and we would like to have some more in-person meetings, and in the future, we're probably gonna have more in-person meetings and maybe a little less Zoom, right? So I just wanted to list everybody here because in this working group, we call them the document contributors. I'm not gonna list off all the names here, but many of those folks are in the room. I think Jim Schneider from Chevron might not be here. I haven't seen him yet, but everybody else is here. And the good thing about this session, we kind of saved this one for the last because who knows, they might have to hold the bus because we might still want to be talking about sustainable open asset digital twins at 6:30 tonight. We'll leave that up to you, okay? So we created a document. These are the folks. We had a whole lot of fun doing it. We learned a lot, and I think they learned a lot because what was interesting about all this is the discussions about interoperability or sustainability in technology. It was really interesting to see the different companies coming together with the same problems, right? Of course, nobody talked about profits and all those things that we're not supposed to talk about with companies, but they talked about honest challenges. They brought out new use cases for solutions that are not commercialized yet, right? Especially in the operations and maintenance phase, right? So first of all, this document may be in your swag kit. If you've played with the app a little bit, there's a section for documents. You can download this. And I suggest that if you're interested in the future of digital twins being open, I suggest that you take a chance to read that document and contact anybody that's on this list or contact ARC because we'd love to hear from you in addition.